we go. It's happening. Welcome to another week in the world, this crazy mad world. I've last week just working a lot on finalizing a lot of the ideas for the V4 vaults to basically solidify the liquidity in the EuroS and USDS and everything else that comes later. This has been a big problem. It is with every protocol, including liquidity, and that's why they're moving away from 0% interest and such. So it's definitely a fun challenge to do to fix. So yeah, but we have I think we've got a solution now that I've run over with a bunch of different financial modeling and all sorts of things so we'll see how it goes, and we'll present it to the audience as well once I've presented it to Ewan to see if we can, how long it'll take and everything else like that. So been doing that, plus the white labeled front end, which allows anybody to basically fire up a front end for the standard and run it, is really, really close. There's a couple of things on the back end which Ewan has to do to get that up and running, but it's really close, and anyone will be able to fire one up and start earning for anyone that goes through their front end, and hopefully they can set up teams and that are great at marketing or whatever else, and get that going. So we're also going to move our front end over to that front end, but customize it and make it look good and everything, but sort of fork the white label off for our stuff so that it's sort of one coherent project. And been talking with Zach about doing that, and so that's exciting as well, and getting a color scheme together. In terms of it won't be much of a shift from what we've got now, but basically we'll make the white label look like what we've got now. It'll just mean a lot more design coherency across the whole thing, because we're using Daisy UI and Tailwinds. So yeah, that's it from my side. I'll hand it over to you, Ewan.
Yeah, last week I after finishing the staking stuff, I sorted the user liquidations. Those were done. I did sort of the deployment for our first fork of that white label front end on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Started doing some preparation for referral vaults. And this week, I also started trying to fix those June queries, which is a bit annoying. Slightly harder than I thought it was going to be. But so it's kind of annoying that the data abstraction that we were using just seems to have stopped working completely.
Oh.
Because for a while it was kind of it was a bit temperamental, but now it seems to have entirely stopped working.
Why is that? What is the data abstraction that we were using?
So, the way that June works is that people can take the raw blockchain data and convert it into kind of easy to use, SQL-esque data tables to fetch blockchain data. And so for the calculating TVL, we were using the ones that get the latest ERC20 balances of all the vaults for each of the tokens that we need to use.
Mm-hmm.
And they sort of automatically convert the prices to the USD price, and so it's just like a super useful abstraction. And for some of the tokens, they've just stopped giving the USD price, which means instead of just being able to use that one abstraction, we're going to have to sort of use a different abstraction to get the balances for every vault.
Yeah, right.
Somehow managed to mute myself there. Also get the price for each of the token, and then do the calculation within SQL of converting the balance of every vault to the USD price, and then aggregating it all into this TVL thing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
possible, but
interesting.
it's just yeah, it's just an annoying thing because the perfect sort of abstraction was there for us and it was working fine for a while.
Yeah, right.
And and then other than that, I need to get everything lined up for the staking audit, the new staking audit.
Yep.
Um, I guess we need to talk about what to do with the referral vaults.
Yeah.
And then also, yeah, if there's anything that I still need to do with the front end, forked front end deployments, also help with that. But I think that's live now. So, um, is in our first fork is at least live.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um, yeah, I can send you the URL for that actually for your own use. Wasn't sure if Zach sent it to you on Friday, but
Um, no, I don't think so. No. Yeah, yeah, no, he did the. You mean the white label?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yep, he did. Yeah, definitely. So that I've been looking through and just commenting on a few things that we need to change in terms of workflow. Um, but
Cool.
yeah, that was really handy. That was really handy to have that and be able to change to look through it and click through it and it works and everything. It's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that's abstraction stuff, but for those that don't know at home, you know, when everything that we do on the actual contract side is like decentralized using Chainlink Oracle data feeds, but the June stuff is different, right? It's
Yeah, well,
calculating.
I think a lot of the price data that the abstractions use also comes from the blockchain data that comes from Chainlink.
Right.
But you like, yeah, the putting together June queries without the use of abstractions would just be like a complicated and a real headache because yeah, these abstractions are basically there to convert like all this raw blockchain data into readable, useful things that you can use to create dashboards.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah, it's just kind of a case of piecing together what you need
Yeah.
from.
Yeah. It's interesting. You'd think June itself would pull in a lot of like have some sort of API that faces blockchains, similar
They
to
have,
like ArbScan or something. You know.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, they have some of their own abstractions built in, but a lot of the most useful ones are um, built by users. I guess that's yeah, they're kind of providing a platform of allowing people to build their own data sets for
Yeah.
use.
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of. Yeah. Leaving that to others. Oh, fair enough.
Mm.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. George, over to you, my friend.
There you go. Hey guys. Yeah, so in terms of this week, um, we have quite a full schedule of kind of meetings and catch-ups. We had a call, Josh had a call earlier with Links Protocol. The goal there is to create a trading competition on the project, which is a use case for EuroS and TST. If you haven't checked it out already, you can leverage the EuroS or TST, trading Bitcoin, ETH for 100x up to 100x, I believe it is. But yeah, just discussing the potential trading competition with those guys. Um, Also, we have a catch up with Ramsey's decks today, as well as our liquidity guy, Robert Mullins, who's one of the advisors over on with us. We've got to catch up with them as well. In regards to other projects and sort of more influencer types, we have a couple of calls this week to align with Kiln Finance, who do Twitter Spaces, just to see we can arrange sort of post V4 Vaults launch. We've also got a call with the DeFi Queen, and she calls herself on Twitter, on X. She's actually quite big in the Arbitrum space, so definitely worth the conversation. And she has
Mhm.
over 60K followers, so we have a chat with her tomorrow to see if we can do any long-term partnership operation with them. And we've also got a call with OX SideQuest, which are a sort of tokenomics consultant, tomorrow. And in terms of business development and sort of other partnerships, just going through some of the potential DeFi trackers. I know we're now on DBank, but I'm also going to start looking at the other ones like Zerion, CoinStats, Delta, and sort of make my way through and get us listed over there.
Yeah, great.
And in terms of and I think in terms of other stuff, really it's just focusing on EuroS and TST as a use case. So using having calls with integrations with wallets in terms of maybe the Chainlink build program, speak to some more of those in terms of lending projects that can have our tokens there as collateral, as well as other sort of partners that we could use, such as sort of equivalent to links, but maybe other links projects that are similar to them, where we can sort of have our tokens listed on.
Yeah, cool.
That's it.
Yeah, one of the plans is to basically, when people borrow EuroS, because most people, what they do is they go off and they sell for ETH, so they can go 1x on ETH, but why do that when you can use links to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 50, 100x, whatever you want, and then that doesn't affect the amount of liquidity in the DEX. So it's a great way for people to go long. I also had a chat to them about if we could do that later on, have a multiplier in our vaults. Maybe it's a V5 vault thing once we've launched V4 vault, but that seems like an interesting idea as well. But anyway, so we want to have a trading competition. It'll basically they have they're coming out with a trading competition, but I've talked to them about rather than, because trading competition is basically if you're number one, then you win the whole pot, and I don't really like that. Like I like that it's a little bit more just sort of across the board, you know. So we're going to release it so that like top 10 or top 15 or top 20 people all win depending on how much ahead they are. So something like that. So this is all being built by them to track all that stuff, and so it should be pretty easy for us to set that up. It'll all be through their system, which they're setting up anyway. So it's exciting. Cool, thanks a lot, George. And Thorex, over to you on the community front. I'm sorry that Daz, we're still onboarding Daz properly, so he isn't here today, but he's the new community manager in terms of events and stuff like that. Thorex obviously is still head of moderation and adding, working with the voting and the DAO mechanisms. Daz is here to basically make the community a little bit more interesting, having events and building events and setting things up to make it a more fun place to hang out, and rather than just coming and doing, just once a week like you guys here, Meister and Picardo, rather than just having you guys, hopefully will stimulate a lot more people coming and join the community so that we can actually grow the community, which will hopefully set us up to have some standard Marines, or a standard army that we can go out there and help us promote the project, because right now we're a tiny team and there's no way we can market it enough to really grow. So it'll be great to really leverage the community a lot more and get the passion going with you guys. So he'll join us next week, and Thorex, over to you, my friend.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
The internet is little bit slow in here.
No worries. You're coming
Okay.
through loud and clear. Yeah.
So I'm also planning. Yeah. Also, yeah, I am also planning of something that I am working on. So I will share that to you, Josh, first. Then I will let the community know.
Okay.
So right now I don't have much to say. Yeah, I will share that to you as soon as it is done.
Fantastic. All right. Looking forward to it, Thorax. Thank you very much. And yeah, if anyone has a question, Emeister or Ricardo, let us know. Thanks again. I just want to give my shout out to to Emeister and Ricardo for always being here and supporting us, cheering us on. We're a tiny small team building something cool, so really appreciate the support that you guys give. And yeah, we'll see you guys online. Thanks a lot, everyone.